Fabian, do you think they should end the character of John Wick at 4 or make a 5th one? I'm all for spin-offs, but I enjoyed how John Wick 4 ended. And so I'm not going to go into any spoilers on this in case anyone hasn't seen the movie yet. My gut reaction is that they told a very satisfying little arc for John Wick, and they found a way to close it off where you went, yeah, that's right. That feels right. And you undo that if you just keep going, let's bring him back one more time. Let's do it again to print more money. So my gut is to say the John Wick saga is these 4 movies. That there's a scenario that was him being back in the first movie, that they play that out over the course of these and the ramifications with the table. Let's leave it be. Let's let it die. Let's let it end. But that piece to it. But I think you're absolutely right in there. There's so many of these franchises that they want to turn into cinematic universes and spin everything off, and you just roll your eyes when you hear it. And you go, oh, why would you do that? What's the point of that? The main one, we've been talking about it quite a bit. They announced that they're doing a Creed verse. And they literally said, we're going to do like an anime and a movie about Creed's daughter and a TV show. And I heard all those ideas and I went, those are all bad ideas. But I look at John Wick, and almost every single spinoff you could pitch to me, I would go, I think that's a good idea. Who's going to do it? Who's going to write it? Who's going to direct it? That's it. But like, you just can go through any one of these movies. We all watched the first movie and went, they could do a spinoff about the Continental, which they are doing, a TV show. And I went, yeah, I would totally watch a TV show. Like, there's so many stories to tell. This Continental is interesting enough. Winston is interesting enough that they could carry their own story. And then you watch, in particular, this latest one, Kane, the blind man, Donnie Yen, all these different Continentals they go to. Every single one of them could be their own spin-off. And you feel there's enough story there. Donnie Yen is an interesting enough, like, he's obviously a leading man actor in Hong Kong. He's been a supporting actor in Hollywood for the most part, but even in Star Wars and now in John Wick, so like high-level franchises, he's been side characters that are always blind. This guy can carry a movie easily, and they just showed, like, he's at this level. I would totally watch a Kane spinoff that's more martial arts focused, and like there's so many things that you could do with that character that are just set up in the movie, or even that are just implied. And every character's like that. Mr. Nobody, you could go down that path of like, what's his character? Like, they're all interesting enough. Every location is interesting enough to be a spinoff. And like, we're getting the ballerina next year, and you go, sure, totally, I'm on board with that. And they don't seem stupid or like they're stretching it. They feel like, right, this is a world that, one of the things that people have been praising since the first movie is the world building. My wife has avoided John Wick movies until a couple weeks back. We ended up watching John Wick 2 together as a family because I'm a terrible parent. And my wife, it just kind of happened. And I don't think my wife was expecting to be like, oh, this is an interesting world. Like, I want to learn more about all this stuff. And everyone you meet feels like they have a history. That's when you've done something right. So totally agree. This is a context where I'm all for spinoffs. And Keanu Reeves, since he I guess he drinks vampire blood or whatever he does, or whatever it is that he doesn't really age much, you can show up. We can see more of John Wick. He's supposed to be in the ballerina. Cool. Bring him in as a side character that just kind of like Halle Berry just showed up as a little side character in one of these. Willem Dafoe showed up as a little side character. These are like leading actors just being like splashed in for a sequence. All of this could be expanded upon, and I would be interested in it. That's because they have done their jobs.
Most of these clips are pulled from my weekly Patreon live stream. Join at any level and you can join the chat and ask all the questions you want. That's for as little as $2 per month. For $5 per month, you can get your name on my end card. For $25 per month, you can have a monthly video chat with me. Link is in the description for more details, and keep talking movies and TV too much.